Good evening, everyone. I'm Vaishnavi Vaiti from Kiran Advisors. Welcome to the virtual roadshow of GEM Enviro Management Limited. Today, we will provide a brief overview of GEM Enviro Management Limited and its innovative business model, along with the insights into the recycling industry. Founded in 2013, GEM Enviro Management Limited focuses on plastic waste management and extended producer responsibilities (EPR) programs specializing in collection and recycling of packaging waste. GEM promotes green products and offers a range of sustainability services. This includes EPR, compliance, scrap management, ESG consulting, BRSR reporting, project advisory, plastic credits management, sales and marketing of recycled products, and eco awareness campaigns. Operating on closed loop model, GEM aims to reduce environmental impact and helps companies integrate environmental responsibilities into their business strategy with tailored EPR programs. From management team, we have Mr. Sachin Sharma. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Welcome, ma'am, and welcome to all, for participating in this roadshow for our IPO.
Thank you. Mr. Sachin Sharma is founder and managing director of GEM Enviro Management Limited. Mr. Sharma is an MBA from IIM Calcutta with around 20 years of work experience across investment banking, private equity, and startups. We also have Mr. Pramod Negi, Vice President from Fintechtual Corporate Advisors. Hello, sir. Welcome. Mr. Kunal Bansal, Associate Vice President from Share India Capital.
Hello, good
Welcome,
afternoon,
sir.
everyone.
Now I hand over to Mr. Sachin Sharma to give us more insights about the company and its future plans. Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome again, everyone, and a very good afternoon to everyone. And I welcome you all to this IPO meet of Gem Environmental Limited. And I will start with a brief presentation about our organization and the IPO, and then we will, go for this Q&A session. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So we as an organization, we started in 2013-14, and we focus on the plastic waste management and the EPR programs. Now EPR stands for the Extended Producer Responsibility, and we specialize in collecting and recycling of all kinds of packaging waste and promoting the green products and providing the sustainability services. And our services include EPR compliance, scrap management, ESG consulting, BRSR reporting, project advisory, plastic credit management, sales and marketing of recycled products, and the eco awareness campaigns. And we operate on a closed loop model and thereby reducing the environmental impact. And we also help the companies to develop and implement the tailored EPR programs. Go to the next one. Yeah, so in terms of the highlights, we are a 10 years old company and we were set up in 2013-14. Our team size is more than 50 people now. And we have about, say, more than 100 clients. In financial year 22-23, we provided more than 3 lakh tons of, EPR credits to our clients. And we work with 25 plus waste processors. And till date, we have processed about, say, more than 1 million metric tons, and which has led to saving of about say zero point 0.4 million metric ton of carbon dioxide, and we are ISO certified company. Now in FY23, our revenue was about say 42 crores, EBITDA 13 crores, and a PAT of 10 crores, and our ROE and ROC were more than 40% here. Next. Now we started our organization by name of Ganesha Enviro Management Private Limited, and this subsequently was changed to Gem Enviro Management Private Limited. And we started with the collection of this plastic waste from companies like Coca-Cola and PepsiCo. And then further in 2016 we added Bisleri, and in 2016 we also forayed into the post-consumer plastic waste collection. Further, in 2016, the government came out with the plastic waste management rules called as the PWM rules 2016, and they started implementing these rules in 2017 onwards. And then we in 2018, we started working with various clients for our for this EPR services, EPR fulfillment services. And by 2021, we already had close to 100 clients, and in 2023, we provided EPR of more than 3 lakh metric tons to our clients, and also for the first time we achieved a PAT of more than 10 crores. Next, yeah. And in terms of our clients, like our clients are in all the sectors. For example, in food and beverage sector, we have clients like PepsiCo, Warren Beverages, Coca-Cola, etc. Then in the fertilizer sector, we have clients like National Fertilizer, IFCO, Chambal, Crypto, etc. Then we also have clients in consumer, like V-Guard, Big Basket, Honasa, etc. So we work with more than 200, more than 100 clients, and these clients are spread across all the sectors. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, so we have been recognized for excellence from time to time, Times Business Award as well as the ISO certifications, and this is a basically for our good work. Yeah. Next one. Now, driving forces behind the success, our management team is Mr. Dinesh Parik. So he's the chairman of the organization, and he's a business leader and a seasoned professional, in the corporate world with more than 30 years of experience in investments and entrepreneurship. And Mr. Dinesh Parik is the chairman, and he is basically providing the strategic inputs to the organization. And the day-to-day, the operations of the company are run by the professionals in the respective field. I, Sachin Sharma. So I'm a engineer in textile technology, and I have done MBA from IIM Calcutta, and I've got more than 20 years of experience in various financial services organizations across the country. Then Mr. Chaitanya Ji Srivastava, he is from IT Kanpur, and I am Calcutta, and he also has more than 20 years of experience. He looks after our new business initiatives. Next. Now, in terms of the business overview, our main business is EPR program management and implementation, and our other services are revolving around this only. And in EPR program, actually, we are partnering with various clients, businesses, governments, industries to implement the EPR programs. And in terms of the sustainability consultation, we advise on EPR, sustainable materials, and the waste reduction. And also, we do awareness programs, to raise awareness about proper plastic waste disposal and need of recycling. And also, we do the collection and transportation of plastic waste through the channel partners here. Go to the next one. Now, in terms of the segment-wise revenue, in FY 22-23, we reported a sale of 42 crores, and out of this, about say 35 crores was through the EPR business, and 7.4 crores was through the sale of scrap or the waste. Now, this sale of scrap is basically the trading in plastic waste. What we do, we collect the material from the plants and then we sell it to the recycler. So there is a this scrap, waste trading, and here the margins are low, and therefore our management took a strategic decision that we will focus on the high margin businesses only, because EPR is a fairly high margin business, and most of our profitability, I would say, like all the profitability is through the EPR business only, and therefore in line with our commitment to focus on the high margin and the high ROE businesses, so we decided that we will scale it down, the scrap waste business. So in for the 9 months FY24, out of the total turnover about say 26 crores, so this is now only 81 lakhs. So from 7.4 crores last year, so this has significantly reduced. And because like in our management is now committed to focus only on the high margin and high ROE kind of a business. Yeah. Go to the next one. Now, in terms of the industry, if you see now, the recycling of plastic in India is is an industry which is where there's a lot of opportunity for growth. The reason is that only 30% of India's plastic waste is recycled annually, and if you see in India and particularly in the world also, you see that there is a big problem of climate change. Now, because of this climate change, actually now the government is making big I would say the laws which will promote the more and more collection of plastic waste as well as the recycling of the same, because the plastic is totally non biodegradable, and even if you leave plastic for 100 years in a landfill, so it will remain the same. So therefore the proper collection and recycling of this plastic is very, very important, and therefore in order to ensure that this plastic waste problem is resolved, we need to have more and more recycling. And the governments as well as the the various brands are also promoting this recycling of this plastic waste in India. Go to the next one. Yeah, so therefore these government regulations, which are mandating the responsible disposal of the plastic waste, they have created a conducive environment for the market expansion of the EPR services. Now the EPR services basically they have become very, very mandatory now, and the government is taking special care that they should be implemented, and everyone should comply with these requirements. Go to the next one. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, coming to this plastic EPR industry. Now, EPR stands for the Extended Producer Responsibility, and EPR is a policy strategy which holds the producer responsible for the end of life consequences of their goods. And the key features are one is that applicable rules are the Plastic Waste Manual 2016, and the product coverage here is the plastic waste, including the packaging waste, and this was effective from March 2016. And the basically all the waste generators, local bodies, brand owners, producers are covered under this. And the responsibility here is for the collection of the plastic waste and the channelization to registered recyclers. And the targets have been given to these the producers, brand owners, for this collection and recycling. Now here four entities are important. One is a producer, second is the importer, third is a brand owner, and fourth is the plastic waste processor or the recycler. Yeah. Go to the next one. Now, key PWM stakeholders. Now, the most important stakeholder is the pollution control boards. Here we have one is the state pollution control boards and another is the central pollution control board. Now, each state has got their own respective state pollution control boards, and this CPCB is in New Delhi. Now, here their responsibility is for the overall EPR implementation and stakeholder registration and certification, and also to create and managing the technology platform and the basically set the targets as well as impose the penalties. Now the important point here is that the penalties are very huge in case of the non-compliance, and it can go as for the first time defaulter it can be 5 rupees per kg, and then for further default it can even lead to the closure of the business operation and the closure of the plants. Now also at the time of renewal of the consent to operate, also the government's state pollution rules asking for the EPR, what they have done in the EPR. So basically, government is taking EPR very very seriously, and the non-compliance can lead to the huge penalties for the organizations. Now the producers, importers, and the brand owners, so they have been given the responsibility for this EPR fulfillment and also to reporting to CPCB and SPCBs. Third is the PROs. PRO stands for the Producer Responsibility Organization, and here basically these organizations are like us, and they are basically doing the EPR implementation on behalf of the PIPOs. And the fourth one is the plastic waste processors who are doing this recycling of this plastic waste. Then there are also responsibilities for local bodies, the retailers, street vendors, as well as the end users here. Go to the next. Now coming to this plastic waste EPR market in India, now in 21-22 the EPR targets which were given was 25%, and this has increased to 100% from 23-24 onwards. And as on 3rd January 2024, more than 35,000 companies have been registered under these under these rules, under different categories like producer, importer, brand owner, plastic waste processor. So more than 35,000 companies have been registered on the CPCB portal. And these companies they have a combined EPR targets of about say 19 lakh tons, and also this market is growing about say 15% like CAGR. We expect that this market is growing at a 15% CAGR every year, and therefore we are expecting good growth in this particular segment here. Go to the next one. Now, similarly, like the plastic waste, there are rules for this battery waste and the e-waste. Now, for the battery waste, we have this battery waste manual 2022, and for the e-waste, we have the e-waste manual 2022, and then there are subsequent amendments also. And till date, like about say close to 7,400 companies have been registered either as a e-waste or as a battery waste, under e-waste or battery waste on the CPCB portal. And this shows that this market is also is quite robust, and also also it is growing at about say 20% like CAGR every year. Yeah. Go to the next one. Now, yeah. So coming to the financial overview, so basically our company has grown from a turnover about say 25 crores to about say 42 crores from 21 to 23, and for the first 9 months in FY24, the turnover is about say 26 crores, and our EBITDA has grown from 8 crores to about say 13 crores, and since we are a, I would say, zero debt company, so basically, and also it's a low asset company, so our EBITDA is almost the same as the PBT only. And also we have been able to consistently maintain a healthy EBITDA margin, so more than 30%, and also the PAT margins of more than 20% across the years. Go to the next one. Yeah, so profit and loss statement, like this I've already explained. So for more details, you can refer to our DRHP and RHP. Yeah. Go to the next. Yeah. So in terms of the balance sheet, the important point here is that one is that we are a debt-free company. We do not have any debt on the balance sheet. Second is we are basically a totally asset-light model company, and we are basically a service industry. So we do not own any recycling capacities, and therefore, totally we are a service provider company. And so that is the reason that you will see, a very low depreciation and very low interest cost, like in our like both income statement. And also the important point here is that in the future also our management has decided that we will continue to be in the service sector only, and will focus on the maximizing the returns for the shareholders here. Go to the next one. Yeah, similarly the cash flow, if you see, the cash flow is also like growing consistently over the years from 21 to like 9 months 2024. Next slide. Yeah, so in terms of the ratios, like our ROE and ROCs are very healthy. And for the 9 month, actually, this is these numbers are looking at low numbers. This is because of they are not annualized. So if they had been annualized, then definitely they would have been more than 40%. And our current ratio is also like growing every year. So it is like consistently like more than I would say two more than two every year. And like for the last 2 years, it's been like more than 3 years. Go to the next one. Yeah, similarly, like our earning per share and the net asset NAV value per share is also like growing consistently across the years. Yeah. Go to the next one. Now, the coming to this way forward. Now, Gem, we basically are looking forward for like good growth in all the segments where we are working, and particularly if you see the plastic waste EPR segment, there now we are like we expect much more than the market growth rate, and we are targeting to attract more than 1,000 new customers over the next 3 to 4 years. And in terms of the battery and the like this e-waste also, we are targeting like the clients in these sectors, and here also we are looking for much higher growth than the market growth rate. And in e-waste already, like we have partnered with a few e-waste recyclers to serve the e-waste clients, and also address their e-waste EPR requirements and ensuring the full compliance. Further, GEM is registered with Vera. Now, Vera is an organization which is based out of US, and they have made regulations for this carbon credits and the plastic credits. And plastic credit is a new, I would say, it's a new term or a new phenomena which has come recently. And there's a company by name of the Ganesha Overseas Private Limited, which is based out of Nepal, and this is a recycler of plastic bottles, and we are like helping these companies to generate and sale of their 10,000 metric tons of plastic credits. So as per our estimations, they will generate more than 10,000 metric tons of plastic credits every year, and this we are advising them as a consultant for generation as well as the sale of these plastic credits. And in the plastic credits also market also, we are expecting very good growth here. Further, GEM also has started offering BSR services and the strategic ESG advisory services to help clients to comply with the SEBI's mandatory ESG reporting for the top 1,000 listed companies. So presently, the BRSR is for the top 1,000 listed companies, and we believe that this can go to much more companies, and definitely this will provide us very good growth opportunities. So in a nutshell, I would say that we are looking for a good growth in all the segments, whether it is like plastic EPR, e-waste EPR, battery waste EPR, plastic goods, etc. And if you see like the EPR market is growing like in all the segments, and they are growing very rapidly. Most of the organizations, they have started implementing this EPR, and in fact, like there are companies like which have like they are basically doing like expense of like more than like hundreds of crores in like in EPRs. So EPR is already a good market, and in future also we expect that its growth momentum to continue. And we being one of the leading players and the early mover players in this market, so definitely we have an edge as compared to the other players here. and we expect to grow much more than the market growth rate in this EPR market across all the categories. Yeah. Go to the next slide. Now, in terms of the competitive edge, one is that we have an expertise. So we have been like working in this segment for in this plastic collection from for the last say, 10 years, and also for the EPR also, like we have been there since 2017-18. So basically, our team has developed this, the capability of basically EPR. And second is the innovation, that we are providing the innovative solutions, like how our clients can fulfill the EPR. Third is that we have got very good understanding of the regulatory landscape, and also we have good networking. Third is that we are totally committed to transparency, and also our relationship with the other stakeholders in the value chain is phenomenal. And since we have been there for last 10 years, so definitely like it has given us a good edge. And we are working with more than 25 waste processors and numerous other waste collectors here. Next. Yeah, in terms of the strategic planning, one is that we are looking forward for diversification into other like sustainability services, like e-waste and battery waste, and and other EPR and the ESG consulting. Further, we are also planning to target into tier 2, tier 3 cities for geography expansion and targeting clients in these cities. Other more important thing is that we are also focusing on the technology part, because presently we are like like handling clients, and like say 100 clients, and we want manifold growth here, like more than 10 times growth here. So therefore we believe that for this can happen only through the use of technology. And here, like we are in the process of implementing the Salesforce software, which they have a CRM software, and definitely this will help us to manage our clients in a better way, and also lead to much more smoother growth in our in our businesses. Go to the next one. Now, in terms of the SWOT analysis, in terms of the strengths, like one, we have the deep, very good understanding of the regulatory landscape of the EPR, and also we have got a very good relationship with the stakeholders. Further, we are also like we have got a first mover advantage in this segment. Now, in terms of the opportunity, that the market size for EPR is huge, and also it's growing like as fast, like as I told, like 15% for plastic and 20% in case of the like other segments. And so this provides a good opportunity. And third is that in terms of the weakness, the waste industry, service industry is particularly new, and therefore there is not many trained manpower here for hiring. Therefore, we have to train and and retain executive workforce. And the threat is that one is that there are frequent changes in the regulation, and then there is a competition in the market. But in spite of that, our good understanding of this EPR space, then our for the last 10 years experience, our good relationship in this sector, and this is giving us a very good edge to grow much more higher than the the market growth rate in this particular segment here. Go to the next one. Yeah, in terms of the issue highlights, our total issue size is about say 59.9 lakh equity shares, and out of this, fresh issue will be 14.97 lakh equity shares. Our pre-issue equity shares are 2.1 crores, and the post-issue will be about say 2.25 crores. The issue size will be roughly between 42.5 to 44.9 crores, and the price band is between 71 to 75 rupees per share, and the lot size is about say 1,600 equity shares. And this issue will be opening. There will be anchor bidding on 18th, and the issue will open on 19th, and the closing date will be 21st July. Go to the next one. And the objectives of issue is basically for the fresh issue, we are looking to raise like 7 crores for meeting the working capital requirements. So basically, this is I would say a very brief presentation about our organization, and like I'm very happy to answer any questions whatever you have.
Thank you, Sachin sir. I would also like to welcome Mr. Ronak Zaveri, Vice President of Share India Capital. Now we'll start with the Q&A session. I request all participants to post your questions in the comment box. Thank you. So first question is from Arav Banerjee. What is the contribution of your top 10 clients and share repeat customers and new customers in the revenue?
So basically, if you see in our business, mostly we have the repeat customers only. Like I will give an example. Like for PepsiCo, like we started the work from 2017-18, and still till date, PepsiCo is among our one of the clients. And see, this is basically like a audit business. So basically nobody changes their auditor, unless the auditor messes it up. So basically, therefore, the EPR, there is so much dependency of the clients is there on us. They will not change us unless or until they have the we totally mess up the work. And so therefore, like our clients have been fairly consistent. And though our and the contribution of our top 10 clients would be about, say, close to about, say, between 60 to 70%, I would say. And here we like work with all the leading organizations like Varun Beverages and all that. And for Varun Beverages, like we are the basically exclusive vendor for them for this EPR services. Yeah.
Okay. Next question, please. Ananya Swaminathan. What stops your clients to approach these recycler companies directly bypassing you?
Yeah, so basically, particularly in the plastic waste, this EPR is a very complex process. One is that they have to fulfill, the clients have to fulfill the requirements of, one is the CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, and the second is that they also need to fulfill the clients of their State Pollution Control Board also. So, any organization who is selling their products pan India, like for example, say Varun Beverage is there, or Coca Cola is there, Bisleri is there. So they need to, fulfill their compliance to the State Pollution Control Boards also. Now the recycler companies are basically localized companies, and they have a presence in like one state or maximum two states. So therefore, they will not be able to provide the services on a pan India basis to a client. So if an organization like Varun Beverages, they deal directly with the recycler companies, then they have to deal with at least 35 to 40 different vendors actually, because they work in more than 25 states. So that's why basically these clients are not directly working with the recyclers. And also, like the recyclers are only providing the credits. They are not providing the complete traceability and the complete documentation and the complete the data mapping requirements which is required by the state pollution control boards. Then also they do not have this capability of good networking with the CPCBs and the SPCBs. And but what we do is we provide the complete solutions to our clients. We provide all the EPR credits, also the complete traceability in terms of documents and everything. And also we do like good networking with them and ensure that all the compliance is fulfilled here. So that is the the value addition what we do at each end here.
Okay. Next question, please. Anandi Mittal. What kind of products are we selling? Can you help me understand more about your products, and is the sector agnostic?
Yeah, so basically we are into services business, and we are providing this, the EPR extended, which stands for extended producer responsibility services. And here, what happens is like the particularly for the plastic waste, the uh, the government has set up the rules, the plastic waste rules, which says that any organization who is using this plastic packaging, they need to ensure a system of collection and recycling of the same. And so therefore, and this is called as a EPR. And as I told earlier also, like for this EPR, different states have got different guidelines. For example, CPCB has a particular guideline, then different states have got their different guidelines. And therefore, we are helping these clients to fulfill the guidelines and the requirements and the rules and regulations of each and every state. And is it sector agnostic? No, it is not sector agnostic, because all the sectors have to do the EPR compliance. So whether it is a say for example in food and beverage, so the beverage companies are selling their products under the PET packaging. So this PET comes under this plastic. So it is basically compliance for them. Then sectors like sugar bag, like sugar companies are there. So they are using this plastic bags, this 50 kg sugar bags you must have seen. Then the cement bags are there. Then fertilizer bags are there. So all these comes under the the EPR, because they're the plastic bags. So earlier these companies were using the jute bags, but now they have, everybody has switched over to the plastic because of its better properties. So even like the companies like say I would say Samsung, who is even a company like a Sony, basically, who is selling their products in a which is wrapped in a polythene sheet. For example, you must have seen when a TV comes or a laptop comes, it is wrapped in a polythene sheet. So on that polythene sheet there is a it's a EPR applicable on that. So basically all the companies who are like selling their products in any kind of plastic packaging, so they have to fulfill the EPR. And also particularly for the importers also. So if any organization, like even they are importing, 1 kg of plastic waste. For that also they need to do the EPR.
Okay. Next question, please. Bharti Agarwal. What is the process of EPR service you provide, the costs that are incurred in the process, and pricing structure of your services?
Yeah. So, in terms of the process of the EPR services, one is that we provide them. One is the EPR credits to them. So, and these EPR credits are being generated by the recyclers. Now, in addition to the EPR credits, we're also providing the complete traceability documents, right from the rack picker level to the final, the recyclers. For example, say rack picker has collected the material and then given to the say scrap dealer. So we will take down the Aadhaar card numbers of this rack picker, and then then these uh, also we will maintain a records that how much this rack picker has sold to this scrap dealer. Then from the scrap dealer, like entire again the transport document traceability. So all these documents and data mapping we do from rack pickers till the the final recycler level. And so there the so this all the traceability we provide, and also we provide the EPR credits to them. And in terms of the cost, basically, see, our pricing structure is such that it's a cost plus markup. And normally, if you see that we have been, able to maintain a EBITDA margin of like more than 30%. So our basically the pricing is like at least cost plus 30% plus EBITDA margin we maintain. And the costs are incurred at every places in this entire value chain. Like we pay to these waste aggregators, we pay to recyclers. So for all this, the documentation, the data, the mapping, so we there is cost incurred here. Plus we also have the cost in the like our office staff as well as the office expenses. But apart from that, basically there is no cost, because much cost, because there is a there is no depreciation, because we are not holding any say basically high capital intensive or a very high asset backed model. So our is totally is the service model, and it's a totally asset light model, and the service and the cost is basically the operational cost.
Okay. Next question, please. Finance with Mamu. What are the challenges which GEM is facing?
Yeah, so basically, like in terms of the challenges, one is that the regulations are like frequently changing from the government. So still, these rules were basically they came into existence in 2016-17, and till date, these rules have not been formalized. So this is like one part like what we are facing, and also like this is a relatively new field actually, and not many people know about this. But particularly for this employees also, like we need, there are no trained employees for that, so we need to like hire people, train them. So this is also a kind of a challenge for us here.
Okay. Next question, please. Aman Kamdar. Top 10 recycler we deal with. Please provide the mix.
Yeah, so basically, like in terms of the top 10 recyclers, we deal with like all the leading like recycling companies in terms of the plastic waste. For example, like we work with say Ganesha, we work with say this one JB Cotex, we work with this Ramke Group, like Delhi MSW, Hyderabad MSW. We work with like Spaco recyclers. So we work like more than 25 recyclers, and so mix. I cannot provide on this particular call, so maybe like we can like get back to you on this. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Next question. Rajesh Swaminathan. Are we mainly into consultancy? Any reason why we have high trade receivables?
Yeah, so basically, like see what happens like in this EPR industry, the trade receivables are high because, as I told, like there is a big cartons filled with documents which we need to provide to the brand owners, and every at every I would say in this entire value chain. So at every stage, basically, we need to give the traceability documents, and once we submit the documents, these brands they take like at least 4 to 5 months, to validate, to cross check, to process these documents at their end. And normally they give approval for after say 5 6 months, and then only we get the payment. So therefore, this is the reason that we have the high trade receivables. Having said that, our all the trade receivables are basically with the leading organizations of the country, like Varun Beverages and the Coca-Cola bottlers, and all the leading organizations. And these organizations are, one is that they are very very matlab, big companies and good companies, and secondly, like for them EPR is also like a major thing, because if they do not do EPR compliance, so there the penalties will be huge, and therefore the we are very 100% confident about receiving these receivables. But as an industry, as on today, like these receivables are on a higher side here.
Okay. Next question. Zeel Doshi, are we looking at margin expansion going forward post the deployment of IPO funds? Secondly, can you touch base upon the competitive landscape?
Yeah, so basically, like we believe that the margins would be roughly the same. There will not be big margin expansion, and but the mainly basically, but our with the deployment of the IPO funds, but definitely our top line and bottom line will increase, much more than the industry average, and we are having very aggressive growth plans for us to grow. And in terms of the competitive landscape, there are other organizations also like who are into this sector. So one of this organization is a company named as the Rapido Technologies, which is based out of Hyderabad. And this organization has been funded by Morgan Stanley. So they have put in like about say 200 crore rupees there. It's an unlisted company. So the Morgan Stanley private equity team has like put in like say 200 crores there. Then there's another company called the Napra Resource Management, where like Avishkar P fund has put in money. So in unlisted space, definitely a lot of investors have put in money in this particular segment, and these organizations are providing the collection of the waste as well as on the EPR services here.
Okay.
But coming once one more thing, like we are among the leading players, I would say, and we command roughly about say between 21 to 25% market share for the plastic EPR.
Okay. Next question, please. Puneet Singh, what are valuation at upper price band?
So at the upper price band, valuation would be something close to about say pre-money would be about say close to 160 crore rupees, and this is the valuation at the upper price band. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Parak Shah, why is company doing OFS? As they are planning to enter new business, they could have raised money for working capital instead of OFS.
So basically, like, see, the primary objective here was, to list the company, because the listing gives us a very good benefits in terms of the higher visibility, and also like for our other businesses also, being a listed company will help us, to gain, good business, as well as access to the new clients, and the market expansion. Now further, like our competitive companies have raised funds from the PE investors, so definitely we are also looking forward to have a much more credibility, and so that's why basically we were looking to raise going for IPO and raise funds. And the other thing is that for new businesses, actually we definitely be requiring the working capital, and so at this point of time, so our working capital requirement is taken care of with the IPO proceeds. And but in the this being a listed company will also give us a opportunity where we can raise much more funds in the future also. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Finance with Mamu. Can you please explain your payment cycle?
Yeah, so basically, like what happens, like when we do a API fulfillment of a particular client, and then we provide them all the documents, and this is a very extensive set of documents which covers all the stages of this the entire value chain, right from the replica level to the final say the recycler level. And so once we submit these documents to them, so these the organization, they do their cross checking, cross verification, as well as the internal audit for the same. And therefore it takes some time, actually at least 5 months, you can say that. And after that, normally then they will start their days for that our payment, like 1 month or 2 months depending on that. And therefore, like our payment cycle will be about say 6 months or so.
Next question, please. Aman Kamdar. Race Eco Chain is doing preferential allotment for expansion. How are we related in business?
No, basically, see what is there, that like in our organization, Mr. Dinesh Parekh is one of the shareholder, and also like in Race Ecochain is also he's also shareholder, and that is the only relation in the business what we have. Race EcoChain is got a different management team, and we have a different management team. So, and our businesses are also totally unrelated. So, we are into EPR services, and they are into like plastic waste collection. So basically, their and ours are basically totally different businesses. So we are not, I would say, overlapping, in each other's, business territory.
Okay. Next question. Bimal Gandhi. Is Shiva Texfabs now Rudra Evocation also your client?
So basically, we have worked with Shiva TexFam like in the past also, and like we have been working with them for this EPR business. So basically, this is Shiva's TexFab is a plastic waste recycler actually, and they are recycling this plastic waste and making this RPSF out of that. And like we have been like we had worked with them in the past year.
Okay. Next question. DS Creations. How do we get an order and what is the process? Do we have to bid for the projects?
Yeah, so normally what happens is like one is that for this getting the order, like one is that we already have a very good healthy client base, and therefore and these healthy client bases they retain us. So and these companies like the Varun beverages, if you see the beverage industry in particularly, so they are growing at 12-15% volume growth at every year. So this means if we are able to retain our existing clients, our 12-15% growth rate is definitely will be there. Second is the to get additional process. We are basically one is getting this the additional clients through the one is through the references, because see in EPR the credibility of the a particular organization is very important, because brands have to be very sure that one this organization will be able to do their EPR fulfillment, because the if they are not able to do that, then the penalties are huge. So therefore, normally we get the clients, based on the I would say either repeat orders or existing clients or the the references. In addition to this, we also have a team in place. Our sales and marketing team is there, so they go and they visit the clients and they take their appointments. And plus we also participate in various forums, in various industry meetings, in various the seminars. And one of our team members is always a speaker there, so that also gives us very good visibility there. And do we have to bid for the projects? In most of the cases, like we have to like negotiate for the projects, I would say, for the pricing part, because in most of the cases it's like the cost plus markup model kind of thing. But in certain organizations like the government organizations, they have some tender kind of thing also. There also like we participate. So we have like we had worked with government organizations like IFCO is there, CRIPCO is there, then like RCF. So there also we had like worked with them, and this has been through the I would say tender process. But the tendering is a low part of this, very basically the low volume here. Most of this through is through the direct negotiation with the clients.
Okay. Next question. Chaitali Dev. Any association with listed company Ganesha Ecosphere in the past or present? Is the business similar?
Yeah, so basically with Ganesha Ecosphere is a recycling company. They are also like recycling of plastic waste, and we had worked with them for this EPR business. And past also, like when we had when we were working on this plastic waste collection, so that time actually we used to supply material to them. Their business is also entirely different from what we have. So they are basically a recycling company, and they have a 110,000 tons RPSF capacity, and also like 42,000 tons of about say rpet capacity. So they are basically totally a different business.
Okay. Next question. Deepak Pandey. What sort of top line and bottom line growth do we envisage for next 3 years?
So basically, we are, I would say, uh, basically looking for aggressive growth, in for the next 3 years, and and we are highly committed, to make things happen. And as I told, like this plastic is growing about say 15% EPR, and this e-waste battery waste is growing about say 20% EPR. And definitely we are looking to grow at much higher than the industry average in both these segments. And where we will, one is that we will gain market share. We're looking forward to gain this market share in both the segments in an aggressive way. And also we will have growth of multi times the industry growth in both these segments.
Okay.
And
Next
this is
question,
both
please.
top line and bottom line here.
Okay. Next question, Advait Joshi. What is the average order size we got?
See, normally again depends on the client actually. What is the client? It is so there are certain companies like which are using like more than 1 lakh of plastic waste. So there the order size would be like much bigger. Then there are companies who are having like even 1 ton. So there we are charging them on a lump sum basis like 25,000 rupees per ton, something like that. So basically this is so we work with clients across all the the order size I would say. And here like the we work with all the leading organizations. And so that way the but if you want to see the average order size by just a simple arithmetic mean average, then this will be roughly between like 50 60 lakhs. And but here the I would say there are extremes at both ends. There can be like even 1 ton also like 25,000 rupees, or it can be like upward of like in crores of rupees also. So there are extremes at both ends.
Okay. Next question, Deepika Chadda. How much are your EBITDA margins? Will they increase in next 2 to 3 years?
So basically, like our EBITDA margins are like more than 30% as of now, and in our every business, like we are, looking forward to maintain at least EBITDA margin of 30 to 35%, like in every order. Actually, what we look bidding for, and so basically, depending on the the current market scenario, basically we should be able to maintain our EBITDA margin going forward also, and so that should be there. Yeah.
Okay. Next question, Rahul Jain. How much funds do you plan to raise and promoter shareholding post IPO?
So basically, our working capital requirement would be about say 7 crores, and then there will be like another 2.5 3 crore rupees for the general profit, and our promoter shareholding would be close to about say 74%, post IPO.
Next question, again from Rahul Jain. Since we are looking at higher margin product project going ahead, then why are we expecting same margins? Is it that the project related costs are going to be increased?
So basically, like, see, we are looking for a high margin projects, definitely yes, and but in the future, actually, we are looking for a much the aggressive growth. Now, what happens is like when you are looking to aggressive growth, then you have to like somewhat sometimes are you are not looking then on the case of the margin expansion. You are looking for a total increase of the pie itself. So what we are as a company are looking for much more higher PAT and EBITDA in absolute terms than what we are today, and this we will, and therefore we are not looking for much higher margin expansions here. So our margins will remain the same, but our PAT and EBITDA will definitely increase like aggressively going forward here.
Okay. Next question, Siddharth Gair. We have good cash equivalent rupees 13.25 crore as on December 23. Why are we raising fund for working capitals?
So basically, like you are right that we have a cash of about say 13 crore rupees, like in our like books, and basically see these the funds are required for working capital, to plan our aggressive growth rate. So had it been like we are looking for like 20 30% kind of a growth rate, then these we do not require funds. But now we are looking for much higher growth rate and aggressive growth plans in all the sectors, particularly for the e-waste part. So there we need the funds for the working capital. Yeah.
Okay. Next question, please. Next question, Prem Singhania. What is per kg or per ton? How much costing?
So I think like you must be asking about what is the plastic waste EPR cost per kg basis. So normally the plastic waste EPR cost per kg would be something between 1.25 paisa to rupees 150 per kg. So that is the like normally the market rate. But again, they keeps on varying actually. And so, but in terms of the costing, I would say that the as I said that we are looking for a cost plus markup kind of scenario. We are looking for like 30% or 35% like EBITDA margin at least. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Parag K. Can payment cycle be reduced going forward?
Yeah, definitely the payment cycle, we are looking, to reduce this payment cycle going forward, because see what has happened is that, the one of the also reason for higher payment cycle is that, the EPR regulations are very complex, and there is a frequent changes in the EPR regulations also. And now, but we see that, over the next, say, this year, sorry, I would say this year itself, the EPR regulation should get stabilized, and therefore we believe that, once they stabilize, so the payment cycle will also be reduced, because these organizations, our client organizations, would have, they will be able to, maintain their processes for our checking and, cross verification of documents in a much more better way. And therefore we believe that this payment cycle would be reduced, significantly going forward here.
Okay. Next question, please. Arav Banerjee, thank you and all the best to the management team for the IPO.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you very much.
I think we have covered majority of questions. Thank you, Sachin sir. Thank you, Pramod sir. Thank you, Kunal sir. Thank you, Ronak sir. Also, we have one more question from Advait Joshi. Can you tell us something about our marketing strategy?
Yeah, so basically, like, our marketing strategy, is focused towards, one is that we are looking forward to, add, the good clients, particularly the MNC ones and all the dream organizations in the country. And also, like, basic approach here is to, to target our strengths, to tell them like what our strengths are to these particular clients. Further, we also like participate in lot of, this seminars and webinars, and the, the industry meetings. We are a part of, various industry associations also. So basically this helps us, to give a, very good marketing message, and also it builds our credibility in terms of our clients. Yeah. So, and so this is basically our focus of the marketing strategy. And also further, like, we believe in the execution. We believe that, if you provide, good services to our clients, then definitely this client will come to us again, and also they will give, reference to many more people. So here in this industry, most of the clients, as I told, they are also coming to the reference also, because this EPR thing is a new thing, and also it is very critically important for an organization, because the penalties are huge. It can be, as high as like rupees 5 per kg, and also like, non-compliance can lead to a shutdown of plants. So therefore, you need to maintain a good credibility of your organization, among your clients. Then only one gets the good, the business. And we are also, our strategy is marketing strategy in line with this, requirement itself.
Okay. Next question is from Rajesh Swaminathan. Do we have plans to get into trading of plastic credits or carbon credits in future?
Yeah, so definitely for the plastic grades, yes, because already we are working on a project in Nepal, where we are like, helping, the our client organization in generation and the sale of plastic credits. So definitely yes, and the plastic credits is market is now is gradually growing, and and we believe like, this market will also like become huge, like the carbon credits market. And here also, like, we are looking for aggressive growth in this particular segment.
Arjun Verma, all the best.
Thank you.
I think we have covered all the questions now. Thank you, Sachin sir. Thank you, everyone, and
Thank
all
you
the
very much.
best. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Sachin
you.
ji. Thank you, Team Kiran, for organizing this IPO meet.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Yeah,
day.
thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for joining the meeting and all the best to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.